Hey guys, and welcome to week 14 of e-learning. I know we haven't seen each other for a long time, and it's been 14 weeks of e-learning. I hope you've been practicing and singing all your songs at least once a day. Twice is always recommended, like I said a long time ago. So we are coming to the end of the year, and I found out that you guys are learning about the lotus and the tulip. And so I've got a new song for you that talks about the lotus and the tulip, and I have my guitar as well so that I could teach you this song. So the song is broken up into 3 different parts, and what we're going to do is learn each part and then put it together. I've got a fantastic lyric video for you as well, which you can watch at the end of this tutorial and then sing along with me. As usual, I'm going to play the first part, then sing along. I want you to listen and then repeat after me. So the first line that we're going to look at is, I'm going to play that once more for you. Okay. I'm India's national flower, and that's how I get my fame. Okay. So you'll notice that some parts are sung at a normal tempo, a normal speed, and then there are some parts that you have to sing a little faster. The tempo stays the same, but the words get faster. So, I'm India's national flower, and that's how I get my fame. Okay, so that's how I get goes a little faster. Now you sing along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm India's national flower, and that's how I get my fame. Good job. Let's try that once more. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm India's national flower, and that's how I get my fame. Okay, now let's look at the next line. I have vibrant colors and lotus is my name. So the tune is once again the same. The words change a little bit. Okay, so this is how it goes. Alright, so I'm going to sing that. I have vibrant colors and lotus is my name. Let's try that once more. I'm going to sing it again. Listen, and I'll tell you when to sing along with me. I have vibrant colors and lotus is my name. Okay, so sing along with me now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have vibrant colors and lotus is my name. So if we put both those lines together, here's what we'll get. I'm India's national flower, and that's how I get my fame. I have vibrant colors and lotus is my name. Okay, so why don't we put both those lines together? Sing along with me now. Let's take both those. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm India's national flower, and that's how I get my fame. I have vibrant colors and lotus is my name. Fantastic. Let's move on to the next line. Once again, we've got a similar tune. The words change a little bit, so let's look at that next one. So you'll hear it, the tune is somewhat the same. There are parts that you're going to sing at a slower pace, and then there's parts that you're going to rush. The words are going to get quicker because they are all going to be bunched up together at the end. So, my stems are thick and long, and my roots are very strong. Okay, so you know the tune now, just the words. 1, 2, 3, 4. My stems are thick and long, and my roots are very strong. Okay, let's do the last line of this first part. On waters where you'll find me as toads sing along. Once again, the words are different, but the tune is somewhat the same as what we did in the second line. So, on waters where you'll find me as toads sing along. Alright, so why don't you sing along with me for this one? 1, 2, 3, 4. On waters where you'll find me as toads sing along. There you go. So let's put the third and the fourth line together. My stems are thick and strong. 1, 2, 3, 4. My stems are thick and strong, and my roots are very long. On waters where you'll find me as toads sing along. Alright, so let's put all those 4 lines together. That makes the first part of the song where we're only talking about the lotus. Okay, so let's take it from the first line, which is I'm India's national flower. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm India's national flower, and that's how I get my fame. I have vibrant colors, and lotus is my name. My stems are thick and long, and my roots are very strong. On waters where you'll find me, as toads sing along. Okay, we'll try that once more. I'll play some chords along with this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm India's national flower, and that's how I get my fame. I have vibrant colors, and lotus is my name. My stems are thick and long, and my roots are very strong. On waters where you'll find me, as toads sing along. Great job. Let's move on to the second part. So the next part, we're going to sing about the tulip. Alright, and you already know that the tulip is closely associated with the country of Netherlands. The tune changes a bit, and so do the words. Alright, you don't have to rush the words as much, but you have a sort of a different rhythm now to sing with. So the first part is really nonsensical words. So when you hear it, it is. Okay, so the tune is do a dee 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 dum dee dee dee. They don't really mean anything. They're just fillers, just words that you're going to use to make the song sound fun. Let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do a dee 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 dum dee dee dee. Alright, that was really easy. Let's try that once more. You and me together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do a dee 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 dum dee dee dee. Now the next line is sort of the same tune, different words again. In the fields of Netherlands we will see. So let's try that once more. In the fields of Netherlands we will see. Now you guys sing along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the fields of Netherlands we will see. Alright. So let's put both do-a-dee-dee and in the fields. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do-a-dee-dee-dee-dee-dum dee-dee-dee. In the fields of Netherlands we will see. Now the next line comes in a little quicker. Okay, there's no gap between in the fields of Netherlands and this next line. But the tune is similar to the previous 2 lines. The words of course are different. You just have to come in a little earlier. Okay, so you'll notice that some notes have been played a little faster. Lots of tulips dancing and swaying in the breeze. Alright, so I'm going to sing it once more, just listen to it. Lots of tulips dancing and swaying in the breeze. Come on, you guys sing along with me now. 1, 2, 3. Lots of tulips dancing and swaying in the breeze. So you'll notice the lots of comes in a little quicker, okay? And this time I'm just counting 1, 2, 3, and then we start singing. Usually I give you a count of 4 and then we sing for this song. But this time, after the count of 3, you come in on the 4th beat. 1, 2, 3. Lots of tulips dancing and swaying in the breeze. Okay, so let's take it from do-a-dee-dee up till here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do-a-dee-dee-dee-dee-dum-dee-dee-dee. In the fields of Netherlands we will see lots of tulips dancing and swaying in the breeze. So you notice at the end of in the fields of Netherlands we will see lots of, there was no place for you to stop. So don't wait or pause to take a breath. You got to sing it immediately, okay? So it is in the fields of Netherlands we will see lots of tulips dancing and swaying in the breeze. So the second and the third line, they kind of join together. They come in really fast. Finally, we're coming to the end of this second part. We're going to describe the different colors of the lotus. So you've got red, yellow, white, purple and orange. Okay, and you're going to do nothing but just name these colors. Red, yellow, white, purple, orange, so bright. That was easy. Let's try that again. Red, yellow, white, purple, orange, so bright. And then once again you go to red, yellow, white, purple, orange, so bright, singing do-a-dee-dee-dee-dee, dum-dee-dee-dee. And that brings the second part to an end. Alright, so let's just sing the second part where we start from do-a-dee-dee and we end at do-a-dee-dee. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do-a-dee-dee-dee-dee, dum-dee-dee-dee. In the fields of Netherlands we will see lots of tulips dancing and swaying in the breeze. Red, yellow, white, purple, orange, so bright, singing do-a-dee-dee-dee-dee, dum-dee-dee-dee. Okay, let's do this one last time. I'm going to play the chords so that you can hear how the chords change, how the key changes a little bit, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do-a-dee-dee-dee-dee, dum-dee-dee-dee. In the fields of Netherlands we will see lots of tulips dancing and swaying in the breeze. Red, yellow, white, purple, orange, so bright, singing do-a-dee-dee-dee-dee, dum-dee-dee-dee. Let's try that one more time, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do-a-dee-dee-dee-dee, dum-dee-dee-dee. In the fields of Netherlands we will see lots of tulips dancing and swaying in the breeze. Red, yellow, white, purple, orange, so bright, singing do-a-dee-dee-dee-dee, dum-dee-dee-dee. Great job, guys. Let's move on to the third part now. So the third part has a slightly different tune from the second part. At some point we will come back to do-a-dee-dee once again. Alright, it's a fun tune. I don't think it's going to take you a lot of time to get this third part. It's really simple. So the first line is, okay, so I'm going to sing this. Listen to it. 1, 2, 3. Let's sway right, sway left. Okay, I don't have to do this once more. I think you've got the tune already. So sing along with me. 1, 2, 3. Let's sway right, sway left. Let's try that once more. 1, 2, 3. Let's sway right, sway left. And now the same tune but faster. Sway right, sway left. That's all. Okay, let's try that once more. 1, 2, 3. Let's sway right, sway left, sway right, sway left. Simple. Once more. 1, 2, 3. Let's sway right, sway left, sway right, sway left. Good job. The next line of the third part is growing from above, standing very tall. So we sort of are going back to the second part where, you know, the tune is a little similar here. Growing from above, standing very tall. Okay, let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Growing from above, standing very tall. And then we finally come to singing do-a-dee-dee-dee-dee, dum-dee-dee-dee. And that's the end of the third part. So let's do this entire third part, which is let's sway right, sway left, and then we end with do-a-dee-dee. 1, 2, 3. Let's sway right, sway left, sway right, sway left, growing from above, standing very tall, singing do-a-dee-dee-dee-dee, dum-dee-dee-dee. Fantastic job, guys. You've done it. We've reached the end of the song. You've got to put all three parts together. You will now see a lyric video that's going to help you sing better. There are some fun, vibrant graphics along with the words on the screen. Remember to practice this song as much as you can. And here's the exciting part. Kids, once you learn this song, make sure that you come up with your own movement, with your own actions for this song. And parents, once your kids are done with this, make sure to record them and then upload the video of your child performing on Class Dojo. The class teachers will be creating a music portfolio for each class. So once you finish recording your child singing the entire song, you can put it up on Class Dojo. They can either sing with the track and do their movements, or they can sing without it and do the movements, and then you can record them and upload it. The choice is yours. Alright, we come to the end of this week. I will see you next week, guys. Make sure that you practice, stay safe, and bye.
I'm India's national flower, and that's how I get my fame. I have vibrant colors, and lotus is my name. My stems are thick and long, and my roots are very strong. On water is where you'll find me, a stoat sing along. Do a dee 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 dum dee dee dee. In the fields of Netherlands we will see lots of tulips dancing and swaying in the breeze. Red, yellow, white, purple, orange, so bright, singing do-a-dee dee 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 dum dee dee dee. Let's sway right, sway left, sway right, sway left, growing from above, standing very tall, singing do-a-dee dee 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 dum dee dee dee.